Hey, what's up, fitness fam? This is the new FEIERDUN Power Rack, and I'm about to dive into the ins and outs of this bad boy, and I mean all of them. I'm gonna start off with the dimensions, I'm gonna hit you with the specs, and then I'm gonna go through all the accessories before I tell you whether or not this bad boy deserves one of them Fonzarellis or not. Y'all ready? Let's go. The average basement here in the US where I'm at is 8 feet tall, and the FEIERDUN Power Rack stands 84.25 inches or a little over 7 feet, so height shouldn't be an issue for most of y'all. The width of this cage is 72.52 inches or 6 feet wide, and the depth is 61.1 inches or a little bit over 5 feet. In my past reviews, I haven't covered the inside dimensions of a cage when I do a review like this, but I always end up getting a bunch of people asking me what they are in the comments, so let me go ahead and cover that real quick too. The inside height of this cage is a little less than 81 inches, while the width is about 47 inches, and the inside depth is about 57 inches. Now this is about the standard for the 2x2 inch cages that I come across, but one thing to note about this cage is that it ain't a 2x2 inch cage. The FEIERDUN is a 3x2 inch cage, so the overall load capacity is a little higher than you typically see in cages like this. This cage has a maximum load capacity of 2,000 pounds. Now before the end of this video, I'll go through the accessories and the maximum load capacity of each one of those too, so stick around and I'll get to that in a second. Now I didn't mention this earlier in the video as something that I was going to talk about, but I want to bring up the build of this cage. I thought this cage was going to be a bear when I got it because it has so many different pieces, but these companies are getting real slick at making sure that they're easy to build because they understand the fact that we're going to be building these as people who have never built anything like this. So I'm going to tell you right now, the build on this was real good. Just follow the instructions and you ain't going to have a problem. It took me about 3 or 4 hours to do it, and I did it solo with no help. Now this cage is sporting 14 gauge steel, and it's a 265 pound cage. The uprights have the standard 1-inch holes, and you got 20 of them, so it's pretty easy to customize this cage to whatever workout you're trying to perform. Now although I've reviewed other cages where each hole is numbered along the uprights, Fire did something unique. They not only etched each of these 20 holes into the uprights, but they also carved a little window into the pulley slider so you can easily read which hole you're adjusting to when you're using these pulleys. Now I've never seen that before, and trust me when I tell you, y'all gonna find that very helpful. All right, let's go ahead and dive into these accessories real quick. One thing that I really like about this cage is that it comes with all the accessories straight out the gate, so you don't have to worry about trying to pick up too much later on unless you're just trying to customize things. Here's what you get. You get the built-in pull-up bar, and this one has a rubber grip on it so you don't get any knurling. The J-hooks are a plastic and rubber mix, and they ain't overly aggressive, sticking out real far, making it hard to get your Olympic bar on and off when you're trying to get your lift on, and they have a maximum load capacity of 600 pounds. The long safety bars have a little layer of rubber protecting at the top, and these have a maximum load capacity of 1,200 pounds. Now this next feature you usually don't see on these cages, but this one also comes with a couple of short spotter bars that have a maximum load capacity of 700 pounds. I usually use these when I'm doing some of my Olympic bar exercises outside of the cage. Now you get a set of dip bars with a maximum weight capacity of 300 pounds, and this set has both a narrow and wide grip option. All right, down here on the left side of the FEIERDUN Power Rack, you get a 360-degree landmine attachment, and if you want to check out some different moves that you could do with a landmine attachment, make sure to check out this video right here to see some different things that you could do with one. But for now, let's keep it moving. You also get 4 Olympic plate storage holders, 2 on the side, and then 2 on the little sidecar back there, and each one of those will hold 400 pounds. In between that sidecar back there is a position to hold the Olympic barbell as well. All right, let's get to the elephant in the room. This is by far my favorite feature of the FEIERDUN Power Rack, and that's the lat pull down attachment. Now as you can see, there's 2 pulleys on this cage, but this cage isn't sporting an independent pulley system, so there's 1 weight rack for both pulleys. Like a lot of cages this size, doing lat pull downs are tough without something to hold your legs down with. but having two handles gives you an opportunity to use one of my favorite tricks. Instead of using this system with the lat pull down bar that came with it, I like to load up the weight and use both handles for lat pull down. I grab the two handles and I just sit down, and this is a way better way to work my back when I have two handles like this. Trust me, trying to do this with a lat pull down bar and a single carabiner is way more difficult to get down and up off the floor with. Now down on my right side of the cage over there, you got those two plates for low cable rolls. All right, so far I think everything I talked to you guys about is clutch, and I think you guys are gonna appreciate with the FEIERDUN rack. But with the good, there's gonna be some bad. So let me go ahead and break down a couple of things that I don't like so much about this particular cage. The first one is something that I found to be a problem in about every single cage I've ever reviewed that has those foot pads down there for your low row. And the issue is that whenever you have this position to do a low row, there's not enough distance between those foot pads and your hands, so you can't get a full range of motion. And I think that most people are always gonna find that to be an issue. Obviously, there are workarounds. My workaround is to put that little pad. You can't see it right now. I'll show you in the video, but you need to put something in between those pads so that your feet are a little bit further away so you can get a full range of motion. And that is obviously something that you can work around. And I think that every single one of these companies are trying to figure out how to fix that. They haven't, they will someday. Until then, we'll have to use our workarounds. I think they just don't want to increase the footprint of the cage by extending that out some, but I wish that they could maybe make it adjustable so that that piece could sit there, but then it could slide out. Maybe I should patent the idea. Yeah. All right, my second one is a cosmetic issue. I wish that these little roller pins that slide up and down the uprights weren't as tight as they are, because this cage has a beautiful matte finish, and I feel like over time it's gonna get a little bruised up and scarred up. But that's a cosmetic thing. This is a gym. It's supposed to get a little beat up. It's not a big deal, but it's something that I should bring up, and it's something that I think you guys are gonna wanna know about. So I'm putting it out there. All right, that's it, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. What you're getting in this FEIERDUN Power Rack is a 3x2 inch cage. That means these uprights are 3 inches by 2 inches, which gives you a little bit larger load capacity. This cage has a 2,000 maximum load capacity, where the 2x2 inch cages are usually somewhere between 800 and 1,200 pounds. You're also getting the dual pulley system opposed to the single lat pull down pulley system. And this cage is gonna hit you for about $800 on Amazon. And I'll leave a link in the description. And if I can get Fire to send me a code, I'll give you guys a discount code in there too at some point. Now, if you're still on the fence trying to figure out whether or not this is the right cage for you, go ahead and click that playlist link right there to check out some of the other reviews that I've done on Power Racks in the past. Until next time, stay blessed, stay motivated, and stay fit. Love and peace, everybody.